All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is AB, and here we love to talk about language learning. I am a polyglot, meaning I speak multiple languages. The current ones are French, Spanish, English, obviously, and two African languages, Wolof and Creole. Now, I wanted to have a bit of a casual video with you guys and just talk about some of the things that I think could make your life easier as someone that's wanting to learn a new language. Whether it's your second, third, or whatever it is, I think this video will give you a bit of a perspective on what you have ahead and what sort of mindset you need to have. So tune in. There's gonna be no B-roll, just straight chat with me, and I think we can I can deliver a lot of value to you. So the first thing I wanted to speak about is the reason why you want to learn a new language. Because let's imagine that you live, in a place like Australia where English is spoken and you can already speak English. What is forcing you, or what is driving you to learn a second or third language? Now, you might just say that you want to travel later, so you want to learn some basic things about, French, Spanish, or whatever if you're going to Europe. So you might not necessarily think about the language learning process and how difficult it is, where you're just kind of more casual. I just want to go to a cafe, know how to order food, say bye to people, say hi to people, and that's it. But for those of you who actually want to learn the language and be able to speak it at a level of fluency that it's respectable, then you have a completely different journey. Because for you really have to have your motivation and determination for why you want to learn the language. Now, some of the common things people say is like, oh, my family is from France and I live in Australia, so it's like a split family situation, so they want to learn French so they can actually communicate with the other parts of their family that live in France. Now, that's completely understandable, but sometimes that's not even much of a driver. Obviously you're still going to want to, but you're still kind of lacking in that raw motivation. So one of the reasons that I think is very solid for wanting to learn the second or third language is if it relates to your work. So if this new language is going to help you make more money, trust me, some of you guys are just gonna do it, because it's gonna help you make more money. If your work requires it, that's one of the things you're gonna do. The second thing is a partner. Say you meet, you're on your Spanish, Riviera tour, you meet a Spanish lady and you fall in love and what it is, and then you decide that, hey, you actually have to learn her native tongue. So you're learning Spanish, So those are just two examples of like solid reasons that could, I think, have the most raw energy and motivation for someone that's learning a new language. Obviously, you can have other ones where you just, want to speak to the other side of your family. That works as well. But at the end of the day, really think about why you're trying to learn the second language, because you might not need it after all. So where is that motivation going to come in? So really think about that. So that's the number one thing. So now, you're special among people, because some people, if they live in a place that they can already speak the language, they don't bother learning any other language. So you're a bit different in the sense that you're trying to learn a second or third language. Now, the thing you have to understand is the environment that you're in is going to make it very difficult for you. So if you're in an English speaking country and everyone speaks English all the time, then where are you really going to practice? Like, that's one of the hardest things for people doing this. And for people like that, I would suggest getting to grips with the basic fundamentals of the language and then just traveling to the place they speak it. Say spend 2 weeks there, 3 weeks, the longer the better, and you are going to supercharge your learning like there's nothing else. Because guess what? Your environment changes. You're in a place where anything you want to do, speak to people, anything like that, you're gonna have to actually learn to speak how they speak. So for those who are, really motivated to just get it as a bit of a, yes, I speak two languages kind of thing, consider learning the basics where you live, and then honestly just dipping out and going to the actual country where they speak the language, because that's just going to supercharge your learning so much better. And yeah, now, say you don't have that option. You can't just travel and leave for 2 weeks and live in a completely different other country for like 6 months to get this language down pat. To help you start your journey, you should really look at a place or a subject matter that you're interested in. Say you're somehow a crazy mountain biker or a hiker or a rock climber, you're a dancer, you're a musician. Anything that you're into that you find joy in and motivation, start learning the new language through that subject matter. So learn the language through music, through rock climbing. What sort of words do they use in the French French rock climbing world, you know, what sort of words they use in the dance world, the mathematics world, whatever. Just dive into learning the new language through the subject that you are actually already interested in. And that is what I think that's probably the easiest way for you to be motivated to start and to get on your journey. But yeah, bit of a raw video there. Hopefully I've clarified some things for you, given you some ideas on how you can proceed to learning your new language, and also understanding what type of learner you are. The basic guy just wants to go to a coffee, you know, in the country that they're traveling and be able to order. No big deal. The second person, you know, it's a bit of a job thing. You need it for job, for your partner. So you're a lot more motivated, you know, and in those cases, travel. But if you don't have that option, then start where you are really passionate about in the subject matter and learn the language through that subject. But there you go. Thank you for tuning in. I will be making more videos. If you like this one, it would mean a lot to me that you leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Okay? Subscribe. There you go. Thank you. Peace.